Hey chat, how are we doing? How are we doing? Roman Empire. I don't think about Roman Empire that much, do I? I don't think I do. Oh, I'm still catching my breath. Give me a second. Okay, chat. Quick question. Very important question here. Do I look red? So it's not a color thing. It's a. I mean, as in, am I like a bit flush because I just had a very intensive bike ride. It's been a long day. I can tell you that much. It's been a very long day. Lots of things didn't go to plan. I'll tell you more later. But yes, Shelley, I have managed to I figured out how to do it on both. Not sure if that's going to do me any good, but someone's on both platforms. If you didn't know, the Twitch stream is up. Hello Twitch, for the first time ever. I think last time I learned it the hard way that it turns out when you press stream to the server on Twitch, it's already public. Because on YouTube it's a bit different. On YouTube you do like you stream to the server and then you press go live, which makes it public. But on Twitch, no, it goes straight public. So I'm technically, this is my second stream on Twitch. I don't know if that's gonna change anything, but this is me trying things out. And hello, good old friends. Oh, give me 1 second. I still have. My earbuds are in here. Everything has been such a hurry. Let me put this away. Right, sorry, thank you. Yes, where was I? Oh my god, I'm so... I'm just completely out of it. Well, where was I? I was saying, we're starting from there. Balls, did I also say that on mute? I was on mute. Oh, I feel stupid now. You know what? In my timestamps on YouTube, I'm gonna say this is the start. The stream starts here. Hello, chat. This is the start of the stream. There's definitely nothing came before. Nothing happened. I did not accidentally talk on mute for like a 4 minute. That was an illusion. Nothing happened. So it is starting now. What should I say? This is the first time I'm streaming on both platforms. I managed to figure out how to do it. Last time. I don't know when was I on mute. I was. Did I say that I accidentally started a stream on Twitch last time? Did I say that? If I haven't said that, no, I said this is the start of the stream, right? So nothing before that ever happened. So I never said that. So on YouTube, if you want to start a stream, you start streaming to the YouTube server, which means you send the data to the server, and then you go live. So you press live and it becomes public. But on Twitch, turns out it's different. Once you start sending data to the server, it is live. It is public. That's my understanding. So I have to do things a bit differently. So what I've been doing now is I start streaming on YouTube. I send it to the server. And then once everything is sort of like ready, I press the one on Twitch. So yes, it's a multi-stream. It is weird. Let's see if anyone on that. There is like a person on over there. It's always a surprise, but I know Kamil's there, Shelly's there. So basically our old friends are over there. It's fine. We just leave it up for now. If someone discovers it, good. If nobody does, that's fine as well. YouTube's my main platform for now. What do you mean for now? It's going to be, because I'm mainly, I do stuff on YouTube, but I just thought might as well like explore that community a little bit as well. So yeah, that's why I tried doing that. But yeah, it's weird having to like keep an eye on so many things at the same time. Now, yes, because I have one long monitor, 21:9. So normally that is enough for me to look at like the stream and then like one other window. But if I have to look at like Twitch and YouTube at the same time and then like other stuff, that's gonna be exciting. But you know, I don't mind. I chose co-working and studying for the category. I don't know if that sort of is this too much yapping for co-working and studying? You never know. I'm learning as we go. So just give me feedback, chat. I am always open to more feedback. According to Google, you must not promote or encourage viewers to leave. Yeah. Shh. Nobody knows. I didn't encourage anything. I'm just doing my usual stuff. But that's interesting. Yeah. I mean, currently I still have my YouTube chat on the screen, but that's probably fine. I know the rule is I can't combine the chats, which I'm not doing. I only have one, so I'm not combining. Kernowick best language low key. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. What's on your profile picture? Oh my goodness. Balls. That's a scary profile picture. That might be illegal in certain countries. I had to flee Newcastle. Go back to Durham. So good thing. Well, welcome back to Durham. I guess how was Newcastle treating you? Was it okay? Was everything all right? It sounds scary. I should probably also hold on. I'm figuring things out as we go along. Manx best language. Yes, go start a fight in the chat, please. Do it. It is weird trying, because I wasn't planning to do this. I wasn't planning to like multi-stream, but I thought, hey, chat suggested it. I thought might as well try it out and see how it works. At least learn the ropes. Yeah, basically just tell me whatever you think. Oh, Italian bestissimo tongue. Why is it Old English? Probably just as well. Might be a bit confusing combining chats. I know there are ways to combine the chats. I know there are like plugins, widgets and stuff where you can like actually see one stream of the different chat, and it will show you like on which platform who said what. Probably I honestly I wouldn't like that either, I think personally. But that's against the rules. I'm aware of that. So I'm not, I was going to ask like what if I showed both of them separately on the screen? I'm not combining them. I'm just putting them on one screen. I have no idea. I'm figuring things out as we go along. Figuring things out. By the way, I said that at one point, when you do like content creation, when you do like streaming or whatever, I mean, I'm not editing streams as much as I do normal videos, but I still go through my streams. I listen to myself all the time. I make short clips. If you haven't subscribed to Rhapsody in Lingo Clips, subscribe to Rhapsody in Lingo Clips. There is Clips channel. I listen to myself all the time, and I've become painfully aware of how I speak, my speech patterns. I think I did talk about this. And one of the things that I'm painfully aware of is how I say figure. I notice that my I vowel is a bit too low. It becomes like figure. right? It's like a isk sort of kind of vowel, which makes sense because in Cantonese, the if you put an I and a K together, the I becomes like an A vowel, like sek, 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 as opposed to si. So we don't say si, we say sik. So yeah, there is some like remnants of that language in the way I speak English. And normally I wouldn't be aware, but like after having heard myself say figure out for like a million times, I can't unhear it in my own speech. Like even when I'm talking, I'm painfully aware. I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. It's just very much against the rules. The question is whether they crack down on you. But I'm like, literally, this is not literally, this is practically my first stream on there. And I don't think they're going to do anything about my first ever stream. That would be odd. Did you manage to print your thesis in the end? So it's time to talk about what happened today. Where do I start? I'm submitting my PhD on Tuesday. So that's in like 3 days, which is crazy to think about. I spent like 4 years on this shit, and in 3 days it's going to be not done. The first stage is done, and then it's the examination and all that. So, and yesterday or this morning, I think, yeah, I figured out that I do in fact need to print it. I was confused because normally I check the rules, I check the guidelines. They say that you don't have to print it. You just submit the PDF and you're done, and then they examine you. But it turns out there is indeed a separate guideline for composition PhDs, which I was not made aware of. Nobody made me aware of that until my colleague was like, oh, Israel, did you know there is this other document that you could look at? I'm like, what the fuck? So I looked at it and it says, yes, you need to print your PhD, which actually makes sense because I'm a composer. I'm submitting music scores. Music scores are shit to read on a screen. You want to read it on paper, in a booklet form. So I started looking into how to print it, and it turns out it is a bit, time is a bit short for that, because at the university I can print for free. More on that later, but the quality isn't as high. So I thought about like printing it at a print shop, but they would charge me like easily 60-80 quid just to print, and then like 5 quid for each booklet, or for each like thing I want to bind. And because I'm a composition PhD, I'm not submitting just like one book of like my thesis. I have to submit like a book about the music, and then like each piece of music in a separate book. So that's like, hold on, 16 different books. 16 times £5. That's 80 fucking pounds just to bind the books. So if I print for like £80 and I get to bind it for £80, I'm gonna absolutely go broke. So I'm thinking about what to do now. Well, I could also use the cheap way and use like university resources and use like the shit cum binding thing, cum. And I don't know. What I tried to do today was I went to the university. I finished my final draft. I put all the edits in. I've done the proofreading. I changed everything I need to change. It's in the final file. It's in a PDF now. And then I tried to print it. I went to the library. I had to park my bike. Takes forever to do that. Went inside, logged onto the computer, which takes forever. Logged onto Google, also takes forever. And then this guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, mister, do you know where there are printers?" I'm like, "Over there." And he says, "They're all broken." I was like, what the heck? What do you mean? I looked over there. There's 4 printers as usual, and they all have a paper on top saying broken, not working. Oops. I think it says oops. Something along those lines. So at that point, I was already like, I had to come back for something. I had to come back to meet someone real quick. So I didn't print it. So I don't know what now. Tomorrow I'm going to Liverpool for lunch. I mean, the broken printers are still going to be broken. So if I can't print it on my own, I have to pay someone to print it on top of paying someone £80 to bind everything. In other words, please tip me to help me print my PhD. Yep, tip link here to help me print my PhD. That's a full story. So that's why today hasn't been going good at all. Even though I am very happy that I have finished my PhD, I have produced the document. You want to go abroad? Can you please help? How do we help you? How do we help you go abroad? My uni charges me, but print quality is pretty good because your department is design focused. I think when I print in the library, the quality is pretty good. I can see like what's the word? The inkjet. Like when you look at the ink, it's like reflective, as opposed to in my music department, the ink is like dull. I don't know what the difference is, but like that one seems fancier. But the printers are now broken. But yeah, PhD is at my uni, get to print for free, so that's a perk. I have to get back some of that. Like, how much am I paying? 19,500 per year. I have to get some of that back, so might as well just keep abusing my printing privileges while I still can. Binding is crazy expensive even for one book. Yeah, I don't know. I think binding is my main concern now, because I can definitely still print it for free. I can find some other place that I can access. Is it access or access? Guys, tell me. I think it's access, but I've always said it wrong. I feel like I've always said it wrong. Because my gut feeling is to say access, but it's access. Find somewhere else that I can access, where the printing is good, and I can do it for free. The problem is binding now. Also, there's a very ironic thing I've noticed about my department, which is a music department. It turns out that the printers that are there, I feel like I'm just talking shit about my department now, but like I'm sorry, it's just the facts, right? The printers that are in my department are not very good at printing music. Because there was one time I had a workshop. So if you don't know a workshop is when some musicians play your music, not for a performance, but like they were there to work out the kinks, like work out what's wrong, whether if it works or not, whether like practically speaking or like artistically speaking, does it work? Is it what you expected? That's a workshop. So I had a workshop at like 2:00, and I went to university at 12. I was like, I'm gonna print it now. It's fine. I've got printers. I can print for free. That was when I discovered that the printers kind of suck at printing music. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's a software thing. But when I put complex music in there, I send it to the printer. I print it out. The printer's just like, fuck it. This is too complex. I can't do it, and it gives up. So what you get is like a 90% blank page. Like it starts printing that page, and then the rest of it is just nothing. Or sometimes it does something even weirder. It prints like part of it. For example, it prints some notes, but it doesn't print the staffs that it's on. Or it prints some words, but like not the whole thing. So ever since that experience, I stopped printing music in the music department. Or at least I have to go to a specific printer that kind of works from my experience. It is just crazy annoying. Hello, Jax Helones. What language is that? Is it because I see LL? I'm like, is it like Welsh or is it like Spanish? Yeah, what the hell is it? So yeah, I just don't trust it. And also, I think we're out of paper. Color is a bit overpriced. Those are fun. We used to have those for GCSEs. You mean the fancy ink? I don't know what to do now. I might just have to fork out for the like very nice printing, and also very last minute, because if I print on my own, I can do it tomorrow. But if I take it to the shop, I will need to wait till Monday, when I have to submit on Tuesday. So I have to get the 24-hour service, which is expensive, and also like it makes you anxious. The workshops for composition. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, the workshops, those are fun. For me, for me anyway. You enrolled in vocational college, Szkoła Policealna. Is that a word? Policealna? I didn't know that one. Policealna. You probably have sign language lessons there. Pay out them. Lovely. Love that. I've been I've been subscribed to this channel called Migajmy for a long time. I think a few years back. No, at least 1 or 2 years back. Not that I want to learn Polish, so it's a Polish channel. Not that I want to learn Polish sign, but it's just I'm curious like how it does things differently. This channel is run by like a hearing person, a girl who taught some basics and showed you the alphabet. It's quite different. It's like partly French-like and also partly different. They have fun things that they do with the digraphs, like I think for this is S and then like this is sh, something along those lines, and that makes a lot of sense. It's fun. But then she stopped doing videos for like at least, I don't know, 6-7 years, and then suddenly recently she's back and she started making like short form content as you do now. The quality is better than ever, so I would recommend it if you're interested in Polish sign. She taught some like basic stuff. Why am I saying that in English? The whole thing is in Polish. Why am I saying that in English? Polecam, mocno polecam ten kanał, w którym uczy polskiego języka migowego. Did you check printer properties? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what now. I'll try again tomorrow. Maybe I'll go to my department and try the printers. Thankfully, I can still, in theory, access the buildings on the weekend for now until the end of September. So I'll give it a try. It's a combination of your name and your best friend's name from years ago. Oh, that's cute. That is cute. Is that a first name or a last name? Hello, Bent Leon. Hello, how are you doing? Set up a GoFundMe. GoFund my... This is my GoFundMe. Lads, come on. This is how it works. I'm here, and then like if you want to, again, always no pressure. If you want to, you can support me through this link. I made it so short. It's so easy. You don't have to click anything. You can just type it, and it's tip URL, and there you go. I also funny thing about my thesis, I also made a fun little link for it because I saw because for a composition PhD you need to submit like scores and audio files, not audio files. So most people put them on like a Google Drive folder and put the link in the document. But the thing is, most people are reading from paper. Or even if they're reading from a PDF, sometimes like once you combine a PDF with another, the links are dead, don't work anymore. So imagine being that person reading it on paper and trying to access the files. Access the files. Now to type in like drive.google.com and then like a chain of 200 random letters and numbers. So I'm like, I don't want to do that. So what I did was I set up a link on my website, just like literally my name and then like slash thesis, and it's just a redirect to Google Drive. It is still a Google Drive folder, but now the link is super easy to type. You can just put it in and then you can see my stuff, and it's available. And I like that. I think it's a very cool thing to do. And that's the kind of thing you can abuse when you are you have your own website and also you are sort of tech savvy. I mean, my colleagues all have their own websites. Composers, they have their own websites for sure, but like they might not know how to do that, even though it's very simple. It's risky time-wise because they might have a delay. Yeah, I'm worried about that. And on Tuesday, I'm quite busy as well. I have like classes to go to. I might cancel my teaching just to make sure I can get everything in time. Yeah, audio can be hard to send to examiners. Yeah, that's why I don't send them directly. That's why you make a nice little link that you can type in a web browser and see them. Anyway, so, oh yeah, I was gonna say this half an hour ago. I was gonna say, this was the opening of this stream that I had in mind. I was gonna say, oh hey chat, I have bad news. I don't have tea because I was in a hurry. I didn't have time to make tea. But then I found the time anyway. I found the time to make tea very quickly because when you live in this country, you have to find a way, right? Nothing's more important than making a nice cup of tea. And there I have it. This is Hong Kong style milk tea. It is from powder. It's not the nicest, but it's great. It's very overpriced. It is some luxury that I feel like I deserve after all I've been through today. I really want some tea. But the bad news is, while I managed to make tea in like super speed, what I did was something very stupid. I put the kettle on, so it was boiling. I took out the kettle like just a second before it was done, which is fine. It's not a big deal. It just turns itself off. I pick it up, but then it was still boiling inside, and like actual boiling temperature vapor was streaming out of that kettle. And I sort of scorched my fingers a little bit. Yeah, that's a bad news. That's a price you pay for making tea too hastily. I think I'm okay. I think I'm gonna be fine. But it was like, yeah, very hot vapor. You need tea. You should go make some. There is a good video by May Leaf on how to make proper Hong Kong milk tea at home. A proper one, like with is it the traditional ones with the stockings and all that? Chad, do you know what that is? Oh, I might as well show you the. Hold on. I'm on Chrome today, which I normally am not, because normally I'm on Firefox, but today I've noticed that my Firefox has too many tabs, and now it is sort of hogging memory. And ironically, Chrome, which is famous for hogging memory, is not doing that anymore. The reason is not because Chrome improved. It's because at some point I accidentally closed all but one of my windows. So the next time I opened it, only one window was left. Only one window was saved. So my Chrome is really lightweight now, because it's got like 6 tabs on it rather than like 60. Anyway, so I was going to show you this. Hong Kong style milk tea. There you go. They call it Simat Naita. Simat. There is a Wikipedia page specifically Simat Naita, and it's because Simat is stockings. I hate AI mode. Oh, by the way, Google's doing this weird thing today. What is this? What is this? It's doing something fun. Is it like a 27th birthday? Happy birthday, Google. Fuck you, Google. Yeah, that's how they make it. Oh, you can't see it. There you go. Yeah, so they have to pour the tea through the, whatever this is, to filter something. I don't know what the purpose is, but that's how the taste comes from, or like the texture anyway. The taste might be something else. The taste, the texture is a bit different for sure. It's smooth. If it's done right, it's smooth. But at the same time, the taste is something that I haven't found anywhere else. That's why I pay through the, what's the phrase? Through the teeth? Nose, sorry. Pay through the nose. That's why I pay through the nose to get this. I mean, it's not that expensive, but it is definitely a bit overpriced. I also once found a stall at a market selling like little bottles of this stuff, like around 200 milliliters. And they sell it for like £3-4 for like a gulp of this stuff. Honestly, yeah. But that's the price you pay for good tea. And I do like that they talk about. It says, we got this because the Brits brought their afternoon tea to Hong Kong. And different from like Chinese traditions where they drink tea in the morning. Westerners, Brits obviously, they like to have tea around 3 o'clock between having lunch and finishing work. So they would enjoy some Western tea, they call it, and also some sweets, so some desserts. And because that's how do you pronounce it? Ceylon? That's the traditional name for Sri Lanka. The old name for Sri Lanka, Ceylon. We still say that when it comes to tea. So Ceylonese tea, black tea. They have good taste and it's cheap. So that's why that tea is very popular in Hong Kong. And Westerners also like, again, Brits, obviously. Westerners like milk and sugar in it so that it's smoother. And that became the basis of Hong Kong milk tea. And also, yes, this is amazing. So I like my cold, right. Iced milk tea, obviously. Again, Brits don't like that, I think. That's not a thing, right? Iced tea is an American thing in terms of the Western world. Brits find it weird when you have tea iced. They have iced coffee. Maybe that's also an American import. This one is amazing. It's not iced. It is... I don't know how to describe it. It is... I mean, in a sense, it is iced. It is cooled through ice, but self-explanatory. You know what it's doing. This is amazing. I miss it so much. This is amazing. Anyway, where was I? Okay, the transition still works. Gweddol, dwi wedi bino heddiw ati. Fi hefyd, o'n i'n bwriadu gwneud lot o bethau heddiw, ond dwi dim ond wedi cwblhau'r traethawd ac wedi ceisio argraffu i fyny, argraffu allan y traethawd, a wedi methu, wedyn mynd adra, wedyn ceisio gwerthu beic, a wedi methu hefyd, achos problemau efo beic, felly just dwi wedi methu gwneud pob peth heddiw. Just dim ond wedi cwblhau traethawd. Wel, dwi'n falch o hynny. Mayliv is a family business run by a tea curator. Your stream on YouTube might be a bit behind compared to what's happening on Twitch. Are you like looking at both? Oh, there's 2 people on Twitch. Hello, Twitch. If you're new here, welcome to my humble little channel. I would not encourage you to go to YouTube because it's not a good thing. I'm happy that you're here, and it's important that we have community and different ends of the spectrum, right? I like our little spectrum. Oh shit, that sounds like something else. Pulled tea. You pull it between stockings a few times to smoothen the texture and soften the is that a word? Astringency. It's pretty cool, but I don't know if I understand it that well. We should try. You know what? I'll get you to try. We'll go to like a Hong Kong style cha chan tang, and we'll have that. One of the good ones, not the meh ones. You're gonna have to have some tea kunyam oolong. Yeah, you have to drink something. Yeah, that's ironic. I love milk tea so much, but more than a lot of Brits I know. Japan has iced brew tea. It's korida. What is that? How does that work? Anyway, have we talked too much about tea? Or can we never talk too much about tea? I mean, the theme of today's session is the United Kingdom. It is the Empire. I've looked ahead. I haven't done extra study off stream, but I did see that we're getting to the Empire quite soon because we have the Industrial Revolution. So it is quite on the topic that we start by talking about how the Brits brought tea to my country, to my home, and now I'm addicted thanks to Empire, and now I'm moving to the motherland, and I have to drink tea all the time. I'm a bit too much even. Before we get into it, let's do some Anki. I have been keeping up with my flashcards once in a while, I think. Not frequently enough. I should be doing that every day. But I've been doing it once every other day, so I'm learning new words. But let's do this really quickly. Let's smash through it, chat. If you're here for the first time, I'm studying for the British citizenship test in Welsh. So this book is in English, but I have a deck of flashcards where there are words from this book in Welsh. So I'm gonna smash through these flashcards, and then I'm gonna go to the book. This is probably one of the weirdest kinds of like co-studying stream, right? I yap so much, and also I'm studying something that most people don't study. Okay, Umpryd. I looked up the full name of BBC in Welsh actually. nobody actually says it, but I know it's Corfforaeth Ddarlledu Brydain. Let me check. Brydeinig. Corfforaeth Ddarlledu Brydeinig. Let me double check. Corfforaeth Ddarlledu Brydeinig. Yes, it was correct. So the body, the corporation just means body, right? The Corporation of Broadcasting in the British Corporation of Broadcasting. You know what I mean. Wait, have I? Hold on. Just let me check that I've synced. Okay. I don't know this one. Oh shit! It's mint, not the leaf, but like minting a coin. The English language, people. Mint the coin. Oes y haearn. That's Dydd Gwener Groglith. Dydd Gwener Groglith. What does Groglith even mean? No one will read this, so I'll put my shopping list. Feel free. I'm reading Twitch chat as well. Don't think I'm I'm not keeping up. I'm looking at everything. I have my eyes on you, Kamil. But feel free to put your shopping list in there. You're always welcome. What is Groglith? Groglith. It just says it's Good Friday. What? Oh, okay. We have an explanation. It means Crocklith. Okay, Crocklith is the reading about the cross. So on Good Friday you read about the cross, right? Crocklith. So it's a feminine, so it becomes Crocklith. Okay, fine. I don't know where it even came from. That's a weird ass word. Let's go back to Anki. A test that I would fail even though I'm a native. I think that is the point. Yeah. I saw a post somewhere on Threads and I replied, I mean, if anyone suggests deporting everyone who fails the test, I would be the first one to support it. That's very fair. I feel like if we want to deport people who are not British enough, that's the perfect way to start. And I have the advantage. I've started studying, so I won't be the first one to go. Surrender, guiltio. Rhaith. Judge as in a person, right? Rhaith. No, benatur, barnur. Barnur. Shit, that was hard. Judge, noun. Barnur. Cumwys, eligible. By the way, someone remind me it's eligible. I think it was like Orange Barnacle said it's eligible. But then I heard someone say eligible the other day. Or was it today? Was it you, Michelle? Did you say eligible? Israel is the only person on Threads. No, actually, Threads is huge in Hong Kong and Taiwan. A bit too huge because we always start fights between the Hong Kongers and Taiwanese. But yeah, it is huge, and it is like Twitter but less bad. Twitter is absolute shithole right now. Saint Santa, I know that. How do you say this date? Rhapsody in Manx. How do you say this date in Manx? Because in Welsh it would be Degfed ar Hugain o Dachwedd, which is 10th on 20 of November. You'd say eligible. I heard someone say eligible. I'm pretty sure. Anfavriad. Oesoedd canol. Yeah, it's plural. Middle ages. Diwylliant. I know this one very well. I might just, you know what? I might just like suspend it. If you're new to Anki, by the way, I just checked. Bury a note means, you know, Anki is like a deck of flashcards, right? So if you bury it, it means it goes to the bottom, so it comes up again a bit longer in the future. But suspend means just take it out. So I'm suspending the ones that I know quite well. 30 Nolik. But like, how do you pronounce 30? Do you just say the number 30? I feel like I haven't gotten there yet with my Scottish Gaelic. I've gone to like a pretty fun part of Duolingo Scottish Gaelic now. I've started doing past tense, which is fun. I can say things like I wrote a book. Skriv mi leor. Or yeah, with those conjugations. Violent. Treisgar. I also noticed one interesting thing. So Scottish Gaelic doesn't conjugate verbs for person. So like I, you, he, she, they, we, it's all the same verb, except in the conditional tense. There's like 2 different conjugations in a conditional tense. So if you go to a Scottish Gaelic verb on Wiktionary, if you look at the conjugation table, it has to have all the persons on there, like I, you, he, she, they, we, whatever. Just because in that one tense there is conjugations, but like in any other tense, it's just the same thing all over. Ethol right. Yeah. The elect privilege. Elect the privilege of election. Ethol right. And let me check the gender of this thing. I think it's a feminine. I think Braint is feminine. Yeah, it is feminine. Ethol Rainiai. Dianidio. Execute as in kill. Let me just make it clear. This is, yeah. Edit, execute, kill. Not just execute an order 66. How do you say order 66? Gorchemin, chwech a thrigain. Yeah, 6 and 320s. Mari Wadelid. Chwick. What's the plural of chwick? Chwickiad. The wicks. Chwickiad. Okay. I do know Tories is Toriide. Me, how you type December, okay, right. How do you say the number? That's my question. How do you say the 30th? Dydd Gwener y Groclith. Oh, Cythem. I had a clip about this. I had a clip about exactly this. Cythem and Cythev. It's back to, yeah, this one is outdated. If you saw that clip, or if you were at that stream, you will remember that Cythem is Her Majesty's, Revenues and Customs, and Cythev is His Majesty's Revenues and Customs, is Cyllid a Thosai a Vawrhydi versus Cyllid a Thosai a Mawrhydi. Yeah, I know that so well. I feel like telling people about fun facts like this helps me remember it really well. So yeah, it's Cythev now. I will miss Cythem. But this deck was made when Elizabeth was still alive, so that's why it had Cythem. Jellyhoo as... Whoa. What is the... Jellyhoo? Is it Jellyhoo? As feed. Oh, is it also 10 on 20? Is it 10 on 20? Because I know in Gaelic, Jake, I don't know how to say 30, but I know 10 is Jake and 20 is Fichard. That sounds like jelly and feed, right? Okay, let me just quickly look it up. 30 in Scottish Gaelic. What? Triot? What? They have a new decimal system? What the hell? You kidding me? I thought they... Hold on, where is my... Where's the window? I can't... I want to show you this, but for some reason it is not showing up. Okay, that's fine. 1 second. I will figure this out. Why am I not able to show you this? Second window. Ah, there we go. Yeah. They have a new decimal system. The cool thing about the Celtic languages is they have the cool base 20 system, right? But they, like the Welsh, they innovated a boring decimal system. So the old vigesimal equivalent, so in Scottish Gaelic, that's Jech Erichad. Jech Erichad. Jech Yeah, I feel like that's pretty consistent with your J as feed and Manx, right? Yeah, they have a new number system. You know, the languages just do that. They were like, oh, we don't like our number system. Let's just make a new one. And they did, as did Welsh. I mean, the Welsh didn't do it. The Argentinian Welsh did it. The Patagonians did it. And then the Welsh were like, oh, that's a cool. You don't have to count in 20s. What the hell? You can just count in 10s. Let's steal that system. And they did. So yeah, apparently Scottish Gaelic has a new decimal system as well. Trichad. No, triad. Trichad. Anyway, so I just learned something today. Let's go back to Anki again. Bathy. Barnor. It's ekdb. Wait, hold on. If it's Corfforeth Darlletu Britannic, it should be CDD. It should be like CDDB. Like as in DD, because DD is one letter in Welsh. Like DD, it's one letter. So it should not be CDB, it should be CDDB. And for some reason my OBS, my software has disconnected from my YouTube account. So I can't write in chat now. Okay. That's what I meant, CDDB. Anyway, okay, next. Datganiad. Nosgalan. Heidengar. That's part of my oath. I need to remember that word. Heidengar. I don't have to remember it, but I wonder if they will allow me to do it in Welsh in England. Probably not, because I know someone who's tried it and they were not allowed to swear their oath in Welsh in England. That's really annoying. But apparently I can transfer my ceremony to somewhere else. I can ask to do it. I'll find an excuse and say, can I become a citizen in a different part of the UK? And then I can do it in Welsh. Maybe that'll work. Forio. Rhedid barn. Teg. It's a shamrock. Oh, papi. Artaith. Adferiad. Cosetion. No, that's a bit harder. Carcharol. Arloeswr. Pioneer. Cymdeithasol. Pengliniad. You know what? I should make it clear that this is the singular. Because the English says plural. This is singular. This is the plural. So I should make it clearer. Round head. Cyfreithiol. That's wrong. Bath. Darn. Darn. Dymuno. Dymuniad. Okay, fine, it's a noun. That's why parts of speech are important, because there's no context. Dymuniad. Llyfr dydd y farn. Llyfr dydd y farn. Pap. What's the plural of Pope, actually? What is the plural? Papiate. Let me guess. Papiate. Papai. Okay, papai. Arlunydd. Dedfryd. Rheithfarn. St Andreas. Oesoedd Canol. Just had it. Rheithfarn. Etholfraint. Nos Galan. Dydd Gwener y Groclydd. Mari Waedlyd. Cythef. Rheithfarn. Barnwr. Bathu. Happy. Teg. Thorio. Adferiad. Cyfreithiol. Carcharol. Sant Andreas. What is GTA? What does Sant Andreas do in GTA? Is it a place? Nos Galan. Pap. Rheithfarn. Dominiad. There we go. We've done it. We've done it, chat. That was easy. Didn't break a sweat. I already broken all my sweat today. Okay. Let's go to the good stuff. The fun part, which is reading. This is a co-study stream, right? We read together. I feel like I know people on Twitch like to use put a bit more music in there, which it's different. I'm not used to that. Fun fact: music distracts me because I'm a musician. When I hear music, I'm like, my brain goes elsewhere. I can't focus. I can't actually work with music playing. It's because my brain just starts analysing the music. I can't stop it. Felly, enillodd Lloegr y cwpan y byd, rugby menywod, chwarae teg iddyn nhw. Meg Jones yn chwarae I Lloegr, mae'n Gymraeg, chwarae teg iddi. Pryd, heddiw, neu wythnos yma, bydd ddim wedi dilyn y newyddion. Beth sy'n digwydd? Cwpan y byd mewn rugby. Is it gonna be in the test? The rugby in... I mean, there is a sports section. It's definitely not in this book because it's so new. But I do need to remember... chat, when did England win the football World Cup? 66? Is it 66? Let me check. I need to know this. Everyone know this. England World Cup. '66. Yes, it is 66. Okay, I can probably pass the test. I think that is an actual question. I feel like I need to know that England won the World Cup in '66 because everyone cares so much about it. Last time we got to the Glorious Revolution. Chwrdroad Gogon. I forgot it. What is it in my Anki? Hold on 1 second. I need to check because there's multiple ways to translate that one, so I need to search. Glorious Revolution. Search. Chwrdro Gogonedis. So Gogonedis was right. Chwrdro Gogonedis. So we got to the Chwrdro Gogonedis. Used to listen to music while studying before I started studying music. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Do you have a term for this, by the way? This is one thing that are difficult to translate. So we have this term. Hold on 1 second. Let me It's actually from Japanese. It's the Japanese coined this term. Well, the results here are all about like occupational disease. No, this is not what I'm talking about. This is like when you get a disease from your occupation. But no, hold on. Yeah. So the same word can also mean like habits that you got from your job and you can't get rid of. So like, for example, if you're a musician, then you're always listening for details in the music. I think it is from Japanese. Shokyobyo. Yeah, shokyobyo. What's the tone? Heiban shokyobyo, right? I don't know. How does that work? Heiban. Okay, no, we'll do that later. Yeah, a quirk, a habit common to people of a particular profession. Yeah, so I'm a musician, so I'm always listening for the stuff. And when people are like, "Oh, I love relaxing to classical music," I'm like, "No, that doesn't work at all." Especially when the music is somewhat interesting, like classical music. Like if I listen to music, that's the best thing, right? That's the best thing about having the auditory processing disorder. I can't hear words in music, so so like when I hear like pop songs, I'm like, it's fine. I don't hear words. I just hear the melody, the harmony, which is generally pretty boring and monotonous. So it doesn't really affect me as much, even though I do start like listening for like instruments and like the mixing, the instrumentation, whatever arrangement. But when I listen to like music that is actually interesting in terms of musical content, yeah, my brain starts going into so much details, and I can't do anything else. So I need silence. That's just how it is. Okay, we did the chwrtoko con this. A global power. Constitutional monarchy. I need to know what constitutional monarchy is in Welsh. This is very important. Monarchy. I think monarchy is a word, right? Hello. Give me the word, please. Monarchiaeth. No. I'm guessing monarchiaeth. I don't know. Gyfansoddol? Efallai? I do know what constitution is, because constitution is the same word as composition, music composition, or like any kind of composition. So I do know how to say that, but I don't know how to say constitutional monarchy. Constitutional monarchy. Oh shit! That's okay. That's completely no. I wasn't expecting that. It's not monarchiaeth. It's brenhiniaeth gyfansoddiadol. Okay, so gyfansoddiad is right. So gyfansoddiadol, but it's brenhiniaeth, which comes from brenin, for king. So it's a kinghood rather than a monarchy. So should I write that down? I should probably write that down. Where's my good pencil? I don't know where a good pencil is. I feel like this is an important word to know, right? Brenhiniaeth gyfansoddiadol. I do know Bill of Rights from the flashcard is mesur iawnderau. Not sure if you noticed, but there are ways to combine YouTube and Twitch chat to combine as well. It is not allowed. I know very clearly that it is not allowed. So I thought about that. Yeah. You do get banned for that. You start vibing with it rather than doing the thing it was supposed to be. Well, that is also fair. You find music with lyrics more distracting than ones without. I think that's true for most people, because most people hear lyrics, right? I don't know. How do you guys hear lyrics? Chat, let me know. Do you listen to the music and then the meanings just go into your head? Like, is that how it works? Because it doesn't work for me at all. It's just my brain doesn't do that. It's just I need to focus on the words. I need to like disregard the music and also like actively try to figure out the linguistic sounds, so that I can hear the words. Yeah, so I'm curious like how normal people hear lyrics. Wow, yes, it is. It is banned. It is bannable. I mean, some people still do that, but it's like at your own risk, that kind of stuff. So for now, I mean, my audience on the other on the new platform is pretty much non-existent, so I'll just keep it like this for now, and then if anything changes, we'll work around that. We'll see what to do. But yeah, you can't stop myself from listening to music. Can't listen to lyrics music if I trying to concentrate hard on something else. Okay, so at least someone else is distracted by music, not just me. Great. We can commiserate. Okay, we're actually starting this out. Oh, William and Mary. I forgot what Mary's about now. Okay, is it the William of Orange, right? The Dutch guy that they got to come to England and rule. When was that? The Glorious Revolution, yes. When was it? I remember we were approaching this, like approaching 1700, so like this is maybe the late 1600s. 1688, yes, we got that. Okay, good. So William ruled together with Mary. I find it interesting because I went on Wikipedia and looked at some stuff, and I was like, oh wow, they ruled as like a pair, like a power couple. It's not just, oh, here's the king and also here's his wife. No, it's like a Green Party kind of thing. The Declaration of Rights was read. This confirmed that the king would no longer be able to raise taxes or administer justice. How do you say administer justice? That's a difficult thing. Administer, let's see. Gwynyddu, Darwain, Gorychwilio. Administer, how would you say that? Justice would be yaunder, maybe. After I do this, my Welsh vocabulary is going to be like on steroids. I'm going to know how to say freaking administer justice. That's crazy. Rheoli. I don't know how you'd say that. Cyfiawnder. Okay, cyfiawnder is justice. Cyfiawnder, not just yaunder. Because I learned some of this vocabulary in Polish through a random flashcard deck that I downloaded. So I know how to say like sprawiedliwość for justice, but I don't normally learn that kind of stuff. Rheoli, Gwynyddu, Rhoi. How would you say, yeah. Create justice, creu cyfiawnder cymdeithasol. Let's try to Google administer justice. Oh, there we go. We find something. Gwynyddu cyfiawnder. Okay, you can say Gwynyddu cyfiawnder. Gweini is to lead, right? Gwynyddu cyfiawnder. Okay. Let's put this down. I've decided to start writing stuff in this book just in case it's not in the flashcard. I think most of the difficult words will be in that flashcard deck because that literally came from someone studying this book and doing the same thing I'm doing right now. But just in case he didn't put this inside. Oh, my handwriting is horrible with this pencil. Raised codi trethi neu weinyddu cyfiawnder heb cytundod cytundeb Senedd. Yes, Parliament in Welsh is Senedd. Okay, so the constitution of monarchy was established with William, with the Glorious Revolution. Okay, that's important. Balance of power would be cydbwys, pwerau, between a monarch, a brenin, neu a I'm starting to find that the Glodsby is the best dictionary. A brenin, just a brenin. Had now permanently changed. The Bill of Rights. Oh, I need to know this. The year 1689. Okay, I do know this. Okay, so Bill of Rights, the Mesur Iawnderau, came from the Glorious Revolution, the Chwrdro Gogoneddus, which is at the end of the 1600s. So, no, the test is probably going to be like, oh, which year is the Bill of Rights from? It's going to be like 1685, 1687, 1689, 1691, and then you have to remember the exact date. The meaning comes to me straight away, so use lo-fi ambience. That is so interesting. Yeah, I love the different ways that we experience this world. Like, we just completely perceive things differently. I know I don't I don't get meaning out of lyrics unless I try to. The pros of not knowing music theory is you can enjoy music. Yes, it is true. It is true. But the pros of knowing music is you can enjoy music from analyzing it. You can find interest in it, which is kind of why music nerds end up liking really weird music, because they're like pursuing the interesting stuff. Okay. Parliament took control of who could be monarch and declared that the king or queen must be a Protestant. Oh, is it because the king was invited to come? So that's why Senate had like the upper hand now. The Parliament. And must be a Protestant. Oh, sure. Okay. So is that the end of the religious conflicts now? It all has to be Protestant. A new parliament has to be elected at least 3 years. Oh, didn't know that. Okay, so it was 3 years and it became 7 years. Now it's 5 years, which I know, but I didn't know it has gone through those stages. Every year the monarch had to ask Parliament to renew funding for the army and the navy. I did not know that either. Okay. So the king's like, oh, I need these guys protecting me. Please give me money. Please, please, please. I want your money. Your taxpayers give you so much money. And I need it because otherwise people are going to invade my country and chop my head off. So every year. These changes meant that to be able to govern effectively, the monarch needed to have advisors or ministers. There is where we got the ministers, which is in Welsh is Gweinidog. Yes, I remember. Yeah, because it's whiny dog. Gweinidog. Gweinidogion. Let me just check. I think it's Gweinidogion. What is the plural? Yep, Gweinidogion. Just checking. Who would be able to ensure a majority of votes in the House of Commons, Tir Cyffredin, and the House of Lords, Tir Arglwyddi. Ensure a... Okay, so the king can't just do what he wants, so he would ask the ministers, can we do this? And the ministers are like, oh, let's get a vote in the House of Commons, and then they would vote, and then the king can do that. There were two main groups in Parliament, known as the Whigs and the Tories. Oh, yep, that's fun. The Whigite or Toryite, right? This was the beginning of party politics. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Oh, so that's where the parties are from. Cool. This was also an important time for the development of a free press. What is a free press? Gwasg Rhydd. Right? Is it Gwasg Rhydd? I have to go through so many dictionaries just to check this. Free press. I need free press, buddies. Give me the free press. Is it not Gwasg Rhydd? Has to be, right? Yng Nghymru, Gwasg Rhydd yng Nghymru. Yeah, I'll just assume it's Gwasg Rhydd. Oh yeah, because Gwasgaru is like no, that's not the word. Gwasg. Is it Gwasg? Gwasg. This is Gwasg. So that's why Gwasg is the press. Whigs is Labour, essentially. Yes, I didn't know that, but I knew they were like opposed to the Tories. That's all I knew. The Whigs. Well, why are they called the Whigs anyway? That's what does the name come from? Whigite. I love that the Welsh retained the hw sound. Yeah, Lib Dems. Yeah, I remember reading the Lib Dems had something because they were merged from two parties, weren't they? And then one of them came from the Whigs or whatever. You know what? Now might be the time to do this. Let's look at some history of the parties. What is this sound? What? Oh, I accidentally started playing stuff. Sorry, that was some Takemitsu. No, that was, you didn't hear that. Good. That was muted. Lib Dems. So they came from, yeah, Liberal Party and the Social Democratic Party, which they came from the Whigs. Yeah, the Whigs, the Radicals, and the Peelites. Independent Irish Party become the Liberal Party, and the Liberal Party merged with the Social Democratic Party to become the Lib Dems. Oh, Social Democratic Party came from the Labour Party. This party politics, right? But yeah, so the Whigs became that. Okay, let's go back to this. So newspapers and other publications. What are cyhoeddiadau efallai? Publication. Cyhoeddiadau, yep, cyhoeddiadau and papura newydd, which were not controlled by the government. From 1695, again, always pay attention to the years, newspapers were allowed to operate without a government license. Is that going to be a question? Is that it might be. Increasing numbers of newspapers began to be published. Okay, so around the time of this Bill of Rights, you have a free press. You don't need a license. The laws passed after the Glorious Revolution are the beginning what is called constitutional monarchy. Brenhiniaeth gyfansoddiadol. The monarch remained very important, but was no longer able to insist on particular policies or actions if Parliament did not agree. So Parliament had the final say. After William III, who the fuck was William III? That he was not. Oh, was it? Okay, he was William of Orange. Okay, sure. Wait, hold on. That means there was an earlier William in England. There were two Williams in England and one in Scotland. What? Okay, sure, whatever. He's just William III now. After William III, the ministers, the Gweinidogion, gradually became more important than the monarch, but this was not a democracy in the modern sense. Oh, the number of people who had the right to vote, the ethol right, I'm assuming, a howl. Oh yeah, of course, William the Conqueror. Yeah, okay. So William the Conqueror, did he have a second William? Oh yes, you're right. Okay, so William had a son, right? Is it a son? Yep, had a son, William the Second, and then it became Henry I, and so on. But William the Third was from the Dutch land, but his dad was also William II, but not our William II, a different William II. Right, so that William, completely unrelated, became the William III and second in Scotland. So why was there only one William previously in Scotland? Because William II had influence in Scotland. Oh, he was gay as well. That's cool. Sure, that came out of nowhere, but yeah, that's cool. I love this random bit here. William was a figure of complex temperament, capable of both bellicosity and flamboyance. He did not marry or have children, which, along with contemporary accounts, led some historians to speculate on homosexuality or bisexuality. Oh, his brother was the successor. Oh shit! He might have been killed by the brother. Oh, poor man. Why did they do that to the gays, man? There are almost 400 political parties in the UK. Rookie numbers, what do you mean? But to be fair, like, our system is not very conducive towards many parties. I mean, we basically have like 3, you know, now we have more, but... Okay, the number of people who had the right to vote for members of parliament is still very small. Only men who owned property of... Oh, I've heard that, yeah. Only people who had property of a certain value, okay, so no cheap houses, were able to vote. Aristocrats, basically. What is aristocrat, actually, in Welsh? I feel like I should know that. Oh, aristocrat. Sure. No women at all had a vote. Yeah, I know. Some constituent... Oh, what is the constituency? That's important. Etholith. Oh, yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that in, like, Senate elections. Etholaethite. Some constituencies were controlled by a single wealthy family. Cool. These were called pocket boroughs. How would you translate? I wonder if that is in that flashcard deck. Could be. What would be a borough? How would you translate that even? A borough. Oh, Bordestrev. Bordestrev pocket. Oh, as someone in chat once taught me, Suckes is a pocket, and there's independent ones. I guess other constituencies were hardly any voters and were called rotten boroughs. Okay, so some constituencies had like one rich family and they had a vote. Other ones had like basically no rich people and they just rotten. What was rotten? Putri is to rot. Putter. Pounds plus pennies plump. What is that? What is that, Windwalker? Explain yourself right now. This was a time when many people left Britain and Ireland to settle in new colonies in America. Oh wait, hold on. That's when it started? That early? I thought it was later. Oh no, yeah, it's late 1600s. That makes sense. That's when they started settling America. But others came to live in Britain. That's the kind of stuff we don't want, man. The first Jews to come to Britain since the Middle Ages settled in London. When were the Middle Ages again? When were the Middle Ages? Okay, until like 1500-ish. So Jews came around, okay, also towards 1700. Why are we jumping back in time again? Between 1680 and 1720, many refugees. Oh, not the... oh, this is a question. The Huguenot. How do you pronounce it? Huguenots. The Huguenots came from France. They were Protestants. I need to know they were Protestants. I'm guessing because France was Catholic, right? So they had to flee and they became religious refugees of fighting age and had been persecuted for their religion. Many were educated and skilled and worked as scientists. Oh, they have skilled workers. Scientists. Oh, what is scientists? Fuck, I should know. Guidonid. They had scientists in the 1600s? I forgot that. I didn't realize that. I should know that. Okay. In banking. Wait, when was Newton? Was it which? I actually don't know when. Hey Google, when was Newton born?
Newton was born on January 4th, 1643.
1643. Okay, so he was from around that time. Okay, so I underestimated the 1600s. I'm sorry, time travelers. I didn't know you were so advanced in like science and mathematics. So 1600s, right? They already had Newton. They had scientists from France, from the Huguenots, and they had Jews. Banking and weaving is Gwei, I think. Gwehyddiad. Silly way of rudely describing. Really? Pounds plus pennies plum posho. This I could hear that in Boris Johnson's voice for some reason. That feels like a very, you know, it was a that's how he would say it, right? The strong P's. Weaving and other crafts. Craftii. Okay, so basically lots of immigrants in the 1600s. The Act of Union. What is the Act of Union in Welsh? Is it dead? Dead by okay. William and Mary's successor, Queen Anne. Wait, I didn't know about Queen Anne. Okay, another reigning queen had no surviving children. This created uncertainty over the succession in England, Wales, and wait, hold on, no, we already did the personal union, right? We already did like James 1 and 6. That was earlier. That was in the early 1600s. What the hell? Okay, so like a century later, they did a dead right, you know. They made it properly united. Oh, sure. The Treaty of... Oh, it's Act of Union. Why... Even the thing had to have different names in the different countries. Jesus Christ. Act of Union or the Treaty of Union was therefore agreed in 1707, creating a Kingdom of Great Britain. But not united yet, just a kingdom. Although Scotland was no longer an independent country, it kept its own legal and education systems. Systemau cyfreithiol ac addysgol, maybe. No, educational. Addysgol. And a Presbyterian church, Eglwys Presbyteraidd. Huguenot. Why did Wikipedia say Huguenot? Yeah. Oh, okay. So Wikipedia. Let me show these. Where is? I can't find the thing again. Where is it? Huguenot. There we go. Okay, so Huguenots. UK also Huguenots. French Huguenot. French Protestants who held the Reformed tradition of Protestantism. How do you stress this again? Please, I'm going to say it wrong if you don't tell me. Is it Protestantism or Protestantism? How do you say this word? Never mind. Okay. The Prime Minister. Parliament chose a German. So when Queen Anne died... Okay, she didn't last long. 1714. When? How long did she last? Queen Anne. This one. She was queen for 5 bloody years. Oh, poor you. Just 5 years. How did you die? Poor health. And she was increasingly ill and obese. Oh, not the modern urban disease. Obesity. So Queen Anne had no surviving children. Yeah, okay, she died in 1714. Wait, hold on. So she became queen in 1702 when William died. But what about Mary? Oh, Mary died. Mary died earlier. That makes sense. Okay, so Mary died first, and then William died, so it went to Anne. Anne died in like 5 years, and then they chose a German, George. What is George in? Is it Georg in German? To be the next king. George the First. Because he was Anne's nearest Protestant relative. Oh, okay, so like everyone else was a Catholic, I guess. Good on you, Parliament. You just choose who gets to be the king. Okay, who was George to her? George, second cousin. Oh wow. George the First of Great Britain. George Louis. Georg Ludwig. Oh my god, wait. Louis is Ludwig? I never realized Ludwig is Louis. Oh wow. Mind blown. He was in a Holy Roman Empire? No, wait, the Holy Roman Empire was still a thing in the 1600s? I thought it was... It was until 1806? I didn't... Oh my god. You see, I told you, I know nothing about history. What the hell? I thought the Holy Roman Empire was like Middle Ages, but no, this is like... When did it start? Was it like from 800 to 1800? Jesus Christ, that's like Ottoman Empire kind of shit. Okay, sure. Okay, so they were like, let's look at the family tree. And we found a second cousin. I forgot what second cousin means again. Second cousin is... Hold on, your cousin is when you have the same grandparent, right? So second cousin is when you have the same great-grandparent. So you go... And it became House of Hanover. Okay. Sorry. Anne... What house was Anne in? Anne was House of Stuart. Wait, she was Stuart? William is House of Orange. Well, how did it go from Orange back to Stuart and then to Hanover? What? Who is... Okay. Who is Anne to William? I need to know this. I need to get this clear. Like, if I don't see the full picture, I can't do this. Oh, I missed a lot of chat just because I'm too absorbed into this. Astronomy is in sciences too, and you had Galileo. Oh shit, yeah, good point. Yeah, they had proper science. They had that Galileo. When was Galileo? Hey Google, when was Galileo born?
Galileo Galilei was born on February 15th, 1564.
Oh, 1500s. Oh yeah, okay. You're right, yeah, because like the whole like against the Catholic Church shit, right? That was the height of the Catholic Church's power. Should hear about Lady Jane. We haven't even got to the Empire yet, guys. Oh my god, this is like too complex. What about Lady Jane Grey? Tell me about it. North Star, Guasclivier. Okay, good night. I need to finish at like 11 today, I think. 11, yeah. So I'm fine. I'm still fine. The Holy Roman Empire isn't the... I know the Holy Roman Empire is not the Roman. I did know that. I know it's a German knockoff, but I didn't know when it was. It's a group of small countries in Central Europe. Okay. So, chat, who is Queen Anne to William of Orange? How did she end up succeeding him? Like, they're in different houses, right? William's lack of children and the death of his nephew, the son of his sister-in-law. What? Oh, okay, so Mary is House of Stuart. And Anne is William's sister-in-law, so that means Anne and Mary are sisters. Right, okay. Sure. Oh, I'm so confused. Okay, no, it's Anne and Mary are both sons of James II. We've who was James II again? Oh my god, I'm losing it. I'm losing it, guys. We've read about James II. Was the guy who got kicked out, right? James II was the guy who got kicked out. Charles, the Restoration with Charles, and then Charles's brother is James, who is Catholic, and then people were like, "Fuck off, Catholic," right? Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I did read this. Okay, so James was a Catholic, so his daughter, still House of Stuart, was married to the Dutch guy. So people asked the Dutch guy to invade England and kick out James. So that's why Mary is still in the House of Stuart, is from the House of Stuart, even though William the King is the House of Orange. And then when he had no successor, it went to Mary's sister Anne, who is House of Stuart, and then Anne didn't have a successor either. So they got so the Parliament was like, oh, let's get this German guy from the House of Hanover. Okay, right, we got that cleared up. Oh my god. An attempt by Scottish Jacobites. I forgot what Jacobite is. Jacob. I looked it up last time. Jacobite. I looked at it. Jacobitite. To put James the second's son on the throne. Oh right, because they were like, no, let's bring the this House of Stuart back, because the Scottish people love the House of Stuart, right? They're from Scotland. The attempts were defeated, so the Parliament was like, let's get the German guy because he's Protestant, whereas the Jacobites were like, no, let's get James's son. I assume James's son is Catholic, right? I'm just assuming that's what happened. Let me go check. Issue. Jacobitism was a political ideology advocating the restoration of the senior line of the House of Stuart to the British throne. Oh my god. So they wanted who to be king? Oh, I can. What ideology restoration? Yeah, but like, how did they want to be king? They wanted the son of, I don't know who. Like, who did the Jacobites want to be king? Tell me, chat. Queen for 9 days. Oh, cool! Wow, that's shorter than that guy in China. That was like 84 days. Your history knowledge is awful. I am completely confused. Okay, chat. Who did the Jacobites want to be king? They wanted the son of James II to be king, but like, who was that? Who was that? This is so confusing. Okay, I'll go back to that later. Na, schäme sich. She got executed. Yes, everyone's confused. Great. I love that. Okay, you know what? I'll figure this out. Okay, we need to do this. Let's do this together. Let's do this together, chat. We can do it. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. Come on. Jacobitism. What if I just went to the Welsh page? It's like shorter, right? It's more succinct. The English page has too much information. Yw'r term a ddefnyddir yn y mudiad gwleidyddol oedd yn anelu ddychwelyd aelodau o deulu brenhinol Stuartiaid i orsedd Lloegr Arban Prydain Fawr. Okay. Diorseddwyd, yn 1688 a bydd rhaid iddo ffoi i'r cyfandir flood to the continent. Third William... Oh, I love how they spell it with one L. Orange, orsedd wedi marwolaeth hwy. Daeth Anne, un arall o ferched. Okay, so, right, yeah, Mary and Anne are both James's kids. So they were like, oh, let's get yet another kid when Anne died. But the parliament was like, no. Bu hi farw yn 1714 a daeth etholwr Hanover. Why is etholwr? Yn frenin, fel George y cyntaf. Kurfürstentum yw'r enw arferol. I love how I'm reading a Welsh Wikipedia page and I'm just reading German in it. Etholaeth Braunschweig-Lüneburg. Kurfürstentum Braunschweig-Lüneburg. What does this have to do with anything? Okay, I don't care. Roedd un arall o blant James Francis Edward Stewart yn byw ar y cyfandir, ond gan ei fod yn Gatholig, caewdedd allan o'r lyniaeth, hawliau yr oesedd fel. He claimed the throne, fel James y Trydydd, y Wythfed. Roedd cefnogaeth y deulu Stuartiaid yn parhau'n gyd yn Iwerddon i chaduroedd yr Alban. Oh, so mainly like the Gales, like the Highlands, Scottish Highlands and in Ireland, yn rhannau ogledd Lloegr. Roedd hefyd trwyfaint o gefnogaeth i'r mudiad yng Nghymru. Okay, well, that was easy. See? Easy peasy. Thanks, Welsh Wikipedia. That cleared it up. That was so much quicker. Okay, so it was James. Yet another James. James III. The Scots were like, let's get another James to be king. Okay, let's go back to this. George I did not speak very good English. Oh no, didn't pass the C1 test, right? I think Farage says you need the C1 now. Yeah, should have got deported. Frickin' Germans. And this increased his need to rely on his ministers. The most important minister in Parliament became known as the Prime Minister. The first whiny dog. The prime whiny dog. The first man to be called this was... Oh, this is a question. I know this is a question. The first Prime Minister. The Prime Minister. Chad, do you know... Can you answer this? Do you know who was the first Prime Minister? Let's see if anyone can answer this question. Oh, we got a bot on the Twitch stream. Lol. Hi, channel. I don't care. Okay. Let's see if anyone was able to answer that. Too much everyday jargon, as my BSL teacher would say about English. What is everyday jargon? William of Orange's invasions, noble of the last revolution that England had undergone. Really? Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we haven't had a revolution since then. When is the communist revolution coming? I've seen lots of booths telling me that it's coming. It must be true. Someone told me. Let's see if anyone is able to answer this question. Who was the first ever Prime Minister? I'll give you a hint. It's not a lord, it's a sir. Who was Prime Minister from... Oh, no. This was in a test I tried with Michelle. 1721 to 1742. I need to remember this. This is literally in the test. Too much unnecessary yapping. Yep. Yes, talk. Okay. Good. Yeah. So, so Queen Anne was there for a few years, and then they got the German guy, and the German guy was like, oh no, I can't speak English. Ich kann kein Englisch, bitte helfen Sie mir. and then they got a prime minister, and then so it was the 1720s. Got the first ever prime minister. You could explain something with all the important info in less words. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not that it's complicated. It's just too much info on that English page. So like switching to the Welsh page was quicker because like they only have the essential stuff, and which is what I needed. The rebellion of the clans. Okay, so just after the first prime minister in 1745, there was another attempt to put a Stuart king back on the throne. Oh my goodness, Scots and your Stuarts, in place of George the son, George II, Charles. Oh, finally we got the Bonnie Prince Charlie, the one I know about. Oh, every time I saw a Charles, I'm like, is that Bonnie Prince? No, not yet. But we got there. We got there in the end. So another attempt. So the second attempt of the Jacobites had the Bonnie Prince Charlie. Charles Edward Stuart. Wait, who was the... It was James Francis Edward Stuart. Now they have Charles Edward Stuart. The grandson. Wait. Is it the son of James Francis Edward Stuart? Yes, it is. Okay. So they tried to get James's son, who was actually from the continent because James had fled. Where was he born? He was born... No, he was born in London. Okay. And then they failed. They couldn't put the next James, on the throne. And then they had James's son, Iago. Oh my god, Welsh Wiki can't decide how to say the king's names. Is it James or Iago? Pick one. Chelach Edjard Stuart. Was born in Palazzo Mutti. Where's Palazzo Mutti? Bologna. He was born in friggin' Rome. Cool. He's actually Italian. Okay, where are we? Okay, we need to speed through this. Why am I taking so long? Jesus Christ. Landed in Scotland from Rome. The Roman guy. Like, oh. Like, hello, I am your king. It was to Scotland. He was supported by clansmen. What is clansmen? I think clan is just clan in Welsh, but what's clansmen? I don't know. There's no... Okay. From Scottish height, Ichildiroedd, and raised an army. Chotov Vidin. Charles initially had some successes, but was defeated by George II's army at the Battle of Culloden. 1746. Okay, right. Okay. We are halfway through the 1700s now. Where is Culloden? Is near Inverness. Okay, that's very northern. Charles... Wait, hold on. When did the English Civil War end? Just Charles... The last Charles lost a civil war in 1646. Amazing. Amazing. This is going to be like a good way to remember. So, Charles the First. Who was the Charles who got beheaded? Shit. Oh no. Oh yeah. Charles the Third got killed. Yeah. In 1649. So Charles the First lost the Civil War in 1646, and Bonnie Prince Charlie lost the thing in 1746, exactly 100 years later. I love this. History rhymes. And escaped back to Europe. He didn't get killed. He just went home to Roma. Probably, I don't know. To Europe. Obviously, Britain's not part of Europe, right? The clans lost a lot of their power and influence after Culloden. I can't... Chieftains. What is chieftains? Became landlord in Welsh is landlord. Yeah, landlord. In landlordiaid. Penatir. Became landlords if they had the favor of the English king and clansmen became tenants who had to pay for the land they used. Tenantiaid. Saying things in a short, snappy way instead of a long-winded way is a source of true wit. Should I watch that? I don't think I have time for that. Oh, by the way, I do need to say that I it's probably around time I need to like actually apply for the freaking test, because I need to do it like 6 weeks in advance. No, 12 weeks in advance. So if I want to do it in like winter, I need to apply for it now to tell them, go translate my test now. Ghosts. Oh, I don't know what that is, but give me links. Where was I? Okay, the process began. Oh, I know this. I know the Highland clearances. I've heard of it. So is it a result of? It's a result of Bonnie Prince Charlie losing. Many Scottish landlords destroyed individual small farms known as crofts. Is there a word in Welsh? I'm guessing it's just croft. Croftii, maybe. No, there's no crutch. Oh. So that. No, I just had a realization because hold on, I can. What? Because I was doing Scottish Gaelic on Duolingo, and they had like this croft something in the course that it was teaching me about like professions and stuff, and I had crofts, crotch. It's crotch in Gaelic. And I was confused. What the hell is a croft? Now I know it's something is a kind of like unit of land or whatever. Crotcher, I think it's like croft. People work on crofts. So the Highland clearances. I've heard of that. In Welsh, that would be Clirio'r Ucheldiroedd. Oh, okay, so that's easy. Just clear the Highlands. Okay, sure, easy. The Highland Clirio'r Ucheldiroedd. Landlords destroyed small farms to make space for large flocks of sheep and cattle. I actually don't know how to say flocks of sheep, which is ironic because that's like the most important Welsh word ever. Flock. Oh my god, so many words. Diadell. Flock. Diadell. Is it diadell? Pride. Okay, you know what? Flock of sheep. Pride o ddefaid. Yeah, I know it's pride. Okay, pride. Yep, pride. That's important. Pride. Plural is... What's plural? Praidd. Is it praidd? Praeddiau. Praeddiau, okay. And cattle, gwarthig. Evictions, clirio, eviction, became very common in the early 19th... Why are we skipping forward to 19th century? Oh my god. And then they went to America. Sure, whatever. Astidia. Dadfeddiannu. Dadfeddiant. Yeah, so basically on ownership them, because meddiant is like ownership. So you just got on ownership. You went to America. Okay. Robert Barnes, known in Scotland as the Bard. Robbie Barnes was a Scottish poet. I know that. He wrote in the Scots language with English with some Scottish words and standard English. He also revised a lot of traditional folk songs by changing and adding lyrics Barnes. I can't say Burns with an English accent. It sounds wrong. It has to be Barnes. Best known work is probably the song All Then Sign, which is sung by people in the UK and other countries when they're celebrating New Year's Day or Hogmanay is called. That's in the exam. I know that as an exam. I thankfully I know Hogmanay because my partner lived in Scotland and we celebrated Hogmanay by watching BBC Scotland or Alaba even. We watched BBC Alaba. We counted down on BBC Alaba. Good. Years 1759 to 96. So around the Georgian, right? Yeah. So around Georgian period in the late 1700s. Okay, good. Shakespeare was like 1500s, right? Oh, wait, hold on. Did I skip Isaac Newton? What? Isaac Newton's right here. Did I skip it? No, I did not skip it. I did read it. Okay. Newton was 1600s. Dang. Dude had a long life. The power of asexuality. Shit. Okay. Yeah. Shakespeare 1500s. Newton was 1600s. Robert Burns was 1700s. Good. That's all I remember for now. The Enlightenment. I definitely need a Welsh word for that. The Enlightenment. Oleuedigaeth. Right? Oleuedigaeth. Oleuedigaeth. You know what? I think I'll do this anyway. Even though shit, what's his name? Rodolfo already did it and put it in the flashcards. I'm like, might as well do it again anyway. Shakespeare is a little in the 17th century. Yeah. I mean, he lived through to the early 1600s, right? Like Newton lived to the 1700s a little bit as well. But then Burns had a pretty short life. 1796. Wait, when did Mozart die? Hey Google, when did Mozart die?
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart died on December 5th, 1791.
Ah, so close. Okay, right. So Burns died just a few years after Mozart. See, I told you I can contextualize history in terms of music history because I know when Mozart died. Because Mozart was pretty much the same period, right? He was also pretty short-lived. Mozart was 56 to 91. Burns was 59 to 96. You know what? I'll write it down because that's going to help me a lot. 56 to 91. Basically the same like period, same age. During the 18th century, new ideas about politics, philosophy, gwleidyddiaeth, Athroniaeth, Gwyddoniaeth were developed. This is called the Enlightenment, or called Goleuedigaeth. Many of the great thinkers of the Enlightenment were Scottish. Oh, didn't know that. I didn't honestly know that. Adam Smith developed ideas about economics, which are still referred to today. Where is Adam Smith from? Oh, he's Scottish. I didn't know that. Adam Smith is Scottish. The father of capitalism. I learned something. I learned lots of things. David Hume. Who is David Hume now? David Hume. Where are you from? Also Scottish. I didn't know this guy. David Hume's ideas about human nature continue to influence philosophers. Scientific discoveries such as James Watt's work on steam power. Oh, what? That's easy. We know why it's important because of Watt. Poor steam power helped the progress of the Industrial Revolution. Chwyldro diwydiannol, right? Chwyldro diwydiannol. Yep, chwyldro diwydiannol. Chwyldro cogonedis, chwyldro diwydiannol. One of the most important principles of the Enlightenment was that everyone should have the right to their own political and religious beliefs, and the state should not try to dictate to them. How would you express dictate? Ardwyd. Oh, Ardwyd. So say unto. Ar is on. Date is say. So say unto you. Ardwyd. That makes sense. So this continues to be an important principle in the UK today. Oh, that's a British value right there. That's a value that I need to learn. It's gonna be like that question. Which of the following is not a British value? And then one of them is like everyone has a right to their own political and religious beliefs. And then the correct answer will be driving a car. Adam Smith won the test as well. Shit, was he? Anyway, so Adam Smith was like Enlightenment, so like late 1700s. Before the 18th century, agriculture. What is agriculture in Welsh? Amaeth. Oh, Amaeth. Is it Amaeth or Amaethyddiaeth? Amaethyddiaeth ar amgylchedd. I randomly came across a Wikipedia article called "The Effect of Agriculture on the Environment." That's a weird. It's not a thing that you write an article about, but okay. Amaethyddiaeth is the biggest source of employment in Britain. There are many cottage industries. What do I mean? Chat, what is a cottage industry? What does that mean? Where people work from home to produce goods. Cynhyrchenwyddau fel cardotyn. No. Amaethyddiaeth. But why, Iago, why are you here? Since when have you been in here? How's the Rhapsody in Manx? Why is there Amaeth when there's Amaethyddiaeth? Or why is there Amaethyddiaeth when there's Amaeth? Clwtyn. Clut. Kerpin. Catach. So many words. Which would you use for like they make cloth? Lliain. Lliain? Maybe Lliain? Clwtyn. I know Clwtyn, but it's a southern thing. It's just work from home. Oh, okay. Thank you. That's very helpful. So I'm just gonna translate it to like diwydiant bwthyn or whatever. They worked from home to produce cynhyrchenwyddau fel lliain a les. I think les is les. The chwyldro diwydiannol was the rapid development of industry in Britain in the 18th and 19th centuries. Oh, we went to the 19th century. Okay, sure. Britain was the first country to industrialize on a large scale. It happened... How do you say on a large scale, actually? Large scale. Ar raddfa fawr. Would you say that? Ar raddfa fawr. I guess I'm not selling these books. Old school Zoomers. Work at home. Yeah, that makes sense. Industrialize. They would industrialize. They would. Oh, close. Diwydianneiddio. Very close. Diwydianneiddio. Diwydianneiddio. I would understand it if I saw it. It happened because of the development of machinery. Peirianwaith. Oh, okay. Peirianwaith. And use of steam power, pŵer steam. Agriculture, amaethyddiaeth, and manufacturing, cynnwrch, is it? Ffurfiant, cynhyrchu, what is cynnwrch, right? No, cynnwrch. Yeah, cynnwrch. Nwyddau became mechanized. It was correct. Yes, mechaneiddio. Easy language. Very logical. Very rhetorical. This made things more efficient and increased production. Cynyddod, gynnwch, right? Effeithlon, efficient, is it? Effeithlon, okay, sure, whatever. Coal, glor, and other raw materials. Raw material. Deunydd crai. I didn't know that word. Deunydd crai. Like cray. Deunydd crai. Were needed to power the new factories. Many people moved from the countryside. How do you say countryside? Or Kevin Glad, yeah. And started working on the minting, basti, that was in the flashcards, and manufacturing industries. The development of the Bessemer process for the mass production of steel led to the development of a shipbuilding industry. Is there a word for shipbuilding? Just adeiladu llongau. There is not a word for that. Adeiladu llongau. And the railways at Sheffield. Manufacturing jobs became the main source of employment in Britain. Yeah, I know that. Bessemer. What is the fuck is a Bessemer? I'm gonna have to remember Bessemer, aren't I? Bessemer process for making steel. Shit, what is steel? I know. I should know what is steel. Steel. Dyr. Is it dyr? Hey, Aaron, a dyr. Okay, sure. Richard Arkwright. Who the fuck is this guy now? Oh, is a carding machine. Born in 1732, Arkwright originally trained and worked as a barber. He was able to dye hair, lliwio gwallt, and make wigs. And when wigs became less popular, he started to work on textiles. Brethyn. It's a brethyn. Textile. Textile. It's just textile. He improved the original carding machine. What is carding? Carding is the process of preparing fibers for spinning into yarn. Oh shit! I don't know this is the word in Welsh. What is yarn? Yarn. Edai. Is it edai? Edai. Carding. No, I don't. What is carding? I'm just gonna imagine it's cardio. Probably kripo. Oh, because this is krip. Kum, right? So kripo. Maybe let's say kripo. Spinning to yarn, edai, and fabric. He also developed horse-driven spinning mills. Mills of melin that used only one machine. Spinning mill. I don't know. That's not good. I'm missing a lot of these words. I feel like if I saw them, I would understand them. Because I know what a mill is. Melin. Spinning is probably like toy. Spinio. Cardings for weaving, more specifically which sometimes has more elaborate patterns. Did you just Britishize the word elaborate? Been to many old factories that still use carding today. Okay, sure. Right, I'm reading about it. This increased the efficiency of production. Cool. Arkwright. Richard Ark. How am I going to remember Richard Arkwright? Sounds like Arkham, to be honest. It's going to ask me, like, what is Richard Arkwright famous for? And I'm not going to know. Arc right. Fuck it, I'll wing it. He used a steam engine to power machinery. Of course he did. Arkwright was particularly remembered for the efficient and profitable way he ran his factories. He had factories. Okay. Profitable. Masnachol, profitiol. Masnachol. Better transport links were needed to transport raw materials and manufactured goods. Canals, gamlas, sorry, not Kamlas, gamlas, right? No, it is Kamlas. Kamlesi. Canals were built to link the factories to towns and cities and to the ports. Porthladoedd, particularly in the new industrial areas in the middle and north. I do know that quite well. I know the Bridgewater Canal and all the stuff that he did. That's basically like what I do when I bring people on like a walking tour in Manchester. I just go through all the industrial history shit, like all the canals. Working conditions during the industrial revolutions were very poor. There were no law protecting the employees who were often forced to work long hours in dangerous situations. So children worked and were treated the same way as adults. Sometimes they were treated even more harshly. Okay, cool. Oh, James Cook. I know James Cook. This was also a time as... Oh, hold on. Drake. When was Drake... Captain Drake? Francis Drake. When was that? The 1500s. Okay, good revision. This was a time of colonization. Love that. Love colonization. Trefedigaeth, or like what other words? Colonization. Trefed. Gwladychiad. Yeah, gwladychiad. Gwladychi. Gwladychwr. Gwladychiaeth. Gwladychiad. Yeah, gwladychiad. James Cook mapped the coast of Australia and a few colonies were established there. British gained control over Canada. Yeah, I know that part of the history as well. I read stuff in like the museums in Canada. And the East India Company, originally set up the trade, gained control of large parts of India. It's kind of crazy how the company kind of became a government. What is it? What is it in Welsh? East India Company. Cymraeg. Cwmni India'r Dwyrain. Okay, sure. I just noticed there is a Cantonese page. What is it called? Dongyan公司. Yeah, okay, sure. Colonies began to be established in southern Africa and near Africa. Britain ended all over the world. Traded, not ended. Britain hasn't ended yet. Traded all over the world and began to import more goods. Manforio mwy o nwyddau. Sugar and tobacco. I learned tobacco is bacco. Sugar, tobacco, came from North America and the West Indies. Oh yeah, hold on. I was told they don't say West Indies anymore. Where is it again? Where is the West Indies? Someone was shocked when they heard the word West Indies. But what is it in Welsh, more importantly? West Indies. Nope, can't find it. Okay, whatever. Probably still streaming. How long has it been? 2 hours. Welcome back. I want to get to like the I don't know, the British Empire. Let's say this is my goal, the British Empire. The Great Cornish Empire. What? What? Are you being serious? Tell me more. I'm trying to speed through it, but it's really hard because this is like lots of words. Earlier, I spent a lot of time on like figuring out the connections, like the family tree. Now I'm spending a lot of time like learning the vocabulary in Welsh. So, yep, have to figure that out. So Australia, Canada, East India, North America, West Indies, textilau te, Pelishai, that was in my flash cup, Pelishai spices, came from India and the area that is today called Indonesia. I can't English anymore. So it was not called Indonesia back then, I assume. Trading and settlements, Sevetli, Masnachia Sevetli, Chamos sometimes brought Britain into conflict with other countries, particularly France. Yeah, not the locals. Who cares about the locals? Just France, which was expanding and trading in a similar way to many of the same areas around the world. Who is this guy? Sheikh Din Mohammed. Also around the... Oh, this guy had a long life. Born in the same year as Robert Burns, but died like more than half a century later. Muhammad was born in 1759 and grew up in the Bengal region of India. He served in the Bengal army and he came to Britain in 1782. He then moved to Ireland and eloped with an Irish girl called Jane Daly in 1786, returning to England at the turn of the century. In 1810, he opened the Hindustan Coffee House in George Street, London. It was the first curry house to open in Britain. Muhammad and his wife also introduced shampoo. Finally, that we know where the shampoo is from. This is so important. Shampoo. Etymology. I forgot what shampoo is in Welsh, actually. Shampoo, okay. The Indian art of head massage. I'm British now. Massage. Gonna say massage. Gonna say garage. Gonna say farage, and whatever. Okay, cool. Yeah, he brought curry and shampoo to Britain. It's gotta be easy. It's like the Bengali guy. It's. Oh, I remember this. The slave trade. Love that. What is it in Welsh? Masnach Caethwashon. Oh, Caeth. There is a word for it. Caethwasnach. Masnach Gaethion. Is Masnach feminine? It is feminine. Masnach Gaethion. Masnach Gaethion. Still learning. Ni alla vi kosel Cernoeg. I can kind of cool what that is. Yeth hardu. Yeah, I can read that as well. So Masnach Gaethion or Gaethwation. Is it Gaethwation? Or Caethwasnach. The commercial expansion. Wow, you say expansion in Welsh now. Expansion. Estyn. Oh yeah, Estyn. Extend. Expand. Estyniad masnachol. No, commercial. I can't spell commercial. Masnachol. Is it masnachol? Yes, masnachol. So, Estyniad masnachol and fun. Because funny is prosper. Prosperity is funyant. Was sustained in part by the booming slave trade. While slavery was illegal within Britain itself, by the 18th century it was fully established overseas industry. Oh, that makes sense. And we can't do it here, might as well do it somewhere else. Dominated by Britain and the American colonies. Slaves came primarily from West Africa. Traveling on British ships in horrible conditions, they were taken to America and the Caribbean. Caribbean. I misspelled. That's why I could. Caribe. Where they were made to work on tobacco and sugar plantations. I knew that plan. We had that. Planhikiva. The living and working conditions for slaves were very bad. Many slaves tried to escape and others revolted against their owners in protest at the terrible treatment. Triniaeth ofnadwy. Tried to ceisio ddianc ac naeth y lleill chwerdro gwrthfela yn erbyn ei meddianwyr yn protestio yn erbyn a driniaeth ofnadwy. There were, however, people in Britain who opposed the slave trade. Oh, great. Yeah, we can say we ended the slave trade. That's great. The first formal anti-slavery group was set up by Quakers, the Crynwyr, I know that one, in the late 1700s, and they petitioned Parliament to ban the practice. William Wilberforce, I need to know this name probably, William Wilberforce, which is easy because it sounds like Labour Force. And Evangelize, right? Evangelize, yep, Evangelize. Christian, what is the word for Christian? Christian Evangelize. And a member of Parliament, Aelod Seneddol, played an important role in part in changing a law along with other abolitionists. Now we gotta check abolitionism. Yn y Gymraeg, please. Oh, oes. Diddymu ceithwasiaeth. Oh, okay. So, diddymu. Oh, diddymu cancel, right? Diddymu ceithwasiaeth. Gwrthgeithwasiaeth. Is there a word for like an abolitionist? It's fine if there isn't. Let's say gwrthgeithwasiaeth. Diddymu. Oh, it's just diddymwyr. Diddymwyr, the cancellors. Diddymwyr. People who supported the abolition of slavery. He succeeded in turning public opinion against the slave trade. In 1807, it became illegal to trade, and probably a question, 1807, it became illegal to trade slaves in British ships or from British ports. And in 1833, the Emancipation Act, probably I need to, Emancipation Act. No. Emancipation. Diwarogaeth, rhyddfreiniaid. Rhyddfreiniwr. Rhydd. Is it rhyddfreinio? Okay, let's say rhyddfreinio. That feels right. Rhyddfreinio. Okay, free privilege, right? Free right. Death of Rhyddfreinio abolished slavery throughout the British Empire. What's empire? Ymerodraeth, yeah, Ymerodraeth. Royal Navy. What is a Royal Navy in Welsh? Navy. A Llynges Frenhinol. A Llynges Frenhinol stopped slave ships from other countries, freed the slaves, and punished the slave traders. After 1833, 2 million Indian and Chinese workers were employed to replace their freed slaves. They worked on sugar plantations in the Caribbean. I can't stress again. In mines, what is it? Cloddfeydd, right? Cloddfeydd, yep. In South Africa, on railways in East Africa, and the army in Kenya. Oh, in the army. It worked on railways in East Africa. Oh, cool. I only knew that they built lots for America. Need to go sleep soon. Yeah, I might also like finish on the Union Jack, which would be a good point. Sôn am gaethwasiaeth, mae'n lyfr gwych gan Jerry Hunter am Cymru, Americanaidd, Cymraeg eich iaith, yn ymladd yn erbyn y de, yn rhyfel cartref, yr IDA. Oh, cool. Cool, be 'di'r enw'r llyfr? American. Oh, right, we haven't got to the. Wait, no, we're jumping back again. We went to abolitionism, which was like in 1800s. Let's jump back to the 1700s. We have the American War of Independence, the Chevelle War of Chevelle Annibyniaeth America. Sure. There were substantial British colonies in North America. The colonies were wealthy and largely in control of their own affairs. Many of the colonist families had originally gone to North America in order to have religious freedom. So the Catholics went there, right? And like the Highland clearances. Yeah. Yeah. That was post William of Orange. They were well educated and interested in ideas of liberty. The British government wanted to tax the colonies. The colonists saw this as an attack on their freedom and said there should be no taxation without representation. So, dim. What is taxation? Trethiant heb gynrychiolaeth. Is it? Dim trethiant heb gynrychiolaeth. Yep, easy peasy. Dim heb gynrychiolaeth. Yeah. Meanwhile, the modern USA just taxes people without representation. Great. Parliament tried to compromise by compromise. Why do I know that? I just do. By repealing some of the taxes, did the me try or trethi, but relationships between the British government and colonies. Is it what? How is it colonies? Do you say trafdigaethau? Colonies. Trafdigaethau, yeah, trafdigaethau. Cytrefi. Continued to worsen. Gwaithaki, fighting broke out between the colonists and British forces in 17th. I do know that year, actually. They declared their independence. We got that, stating the people had a right to establish their own governments. They defeated the British Army, and Britain recognized the colonies' independence in okay, it took a while. 1783. And then they had France. They fought France. Of course they did fight France. They fought a number of wars with France. So they had just recognized the USA, but now they were like, oh, let's fight France. Oh, right, the French Revolution. Okay, sure. A new French government declared war on Britain. Napoleon, we got there, Rhapsody in Manx. Napoleon, who became Emperor of France, continued the war. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, right, yeah. He became Emperor after the revolution? I actually didn't realize that. That's what I said in that clip I clipped out. Like, I skipped all this in my school, because it was all second year stuff, and I skipped the American Revolution, I skipped the French Revolution. So I know things, but I don't know the details. Emerautor. Britain's navy fought against combined French and Spanish fleets, not the Spanish fleets again, winning the Battle of Trafalgar. Wait, where did I hear about the Battle of Trafalgar? In 1805. I saw that in the museum. There was a museum where there was a board about the Battle of, not a museum, like a weird palace thing. Is that like in Greenwich? And they have a thing about that guy who won the Battle of Trafalgar. Yeah, Nelson, Admiral Nelson. When did I see that board? Was it in Greenwich? I think it's in Greenwich. Does anyone know? I'll see. In 1805. Okay, we're in the 1800s now. Nelson was in charge of the British fleet at Trafalgar and was killed in a battle. Okay, Nelson's column in Trafalgar Square is a monument to him. Okay. His ship, HMS Victory, can be visited in Portsmouth. I haven't been to Portsmouth. The British army also fought against the French. I thought they were already doing that. The French wars ended with the defeat of Napoleon by the Duke of Wellington at the Battle of Waterloo. Oh, yeah, I know that. I know Waterloo. I didn't know Duke of Wellington won the Battle of Waterloo. The Iron Duke and became Prime Minister. Jesus, okay, sure. Let's see. Duke of Wellington. Is it this guy? Is it this guy who won against Napoleon? Roedd Duke cyntaf Wellington yn gadfridog a phrif weinidog a Deyrnas Unedig a aned yn Werddon I deulu uchelwrol o dras Saesneg. Okay, sure. Iron Duke. Dug Heiarn. Good night. I'll see you soon. What's going on here? Going through a school history. Basically, yeah. It's a history book that I need to study in order to become British. Very important stuff. North Star. I think I might like. When should I end? Probably. I'll end it after I got to the Victor. That's. You know, I feel like this is good. This is symbolic. I'll end it on this big Welsh flag, which is like a page away. We're close, chat. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's see how much history there is after this. I can probably finish the next part in like a stream, because I know the modern history quite well. I know Thatcher. There is a lot. Okay, there is a lot of modern history. I probably have to remember the British inventions, but from here there's like 30 more pages. 20 more pages. Most of it I already knew. Okay, the Union flag. Although Ireland had the same monarch as England and Wales, it had remained a separate country, so a personal union. Oh, it was Henry who became the first king of Ireland. I need to know that, probably. Henry VIII became king of Ireland. In 1801, Ireland became unified with England, Scotland, and Wales after the Act of Union. Okay, so Ireland was the last to properly join the Union. This created the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. One symbol of this union between England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland was a new version of the official flag, the Union flag. This is often called the Union Jack, for people to jack off to, right? The flag combined crosses associated with England, Scotland, and Ireland. It's still used today. This is actually, I'm sure this is part of the questions, because I asked that in my video. The official flag of the UK. St. George. I know that already. I don't need that. That's fine. I know that shit. There's also an official Welsh flag which shows a Welsh dragon. The Welsh dragon does not appear on the Union flag because when the first Union flag was created in 1606. Oh shit, I didn't know. I need to know that. 1606. From the flags of Scotland and England to the Principality of Wales was already united with England. The good thing is, because of this, because Welsh was like not represented on the Union Jack, they have an extra giant Welsh flag on this page. They have tiny English, Scottish, and Irish flags here, but like giant Welsh flag just to show you, oh, this is the one that's missing. Great. What was happening in 1606? What was going on back in the day? 1606. James I. Right, yeah, okay. James I became king in 1603, so they made the unified flag in 1606. Okay, last question. I'm going to end it here, but like the last question is, what is the Principality of Wales in Welsh? Principality of Wales. Tywysogaeth. Oh! What? Principality came from the word prince. How many years did it take you to realize this? It's the thing is, like, when you just learn the words in English, you don't realize this, and then you look at the Welsh translation and then you realize, oh my god, it's the same word. It's because Tywysogaeth came from Tywysog, prince. Tywysogaeth. So now I realize principality is derived from prince. Anyway, I think that will be it. I don't want to do like a 5-hour stream every time I do this. I want to like keep it short and sweet. By the way, chat, speaking of which, speaking of short and sweet, I am actually submitting, as I said, submitting my PhD in a few days, which means I'll take some time off. I'll probably like take a good 2 weeks off doing anything at all, except like YouTube. So most likely I will have the time to do more streaming in the coming weeks. So like I might do like this at least once a week. So I don't have to do like, I don't have to go through like 5 hours every time. That would be crazy. But let's see who's still here. I've basically been talking to myself for the past 2 hours, I imagine. But yeah, je viens. I don't know if you're still here. I assume you're not, but thank you for popping in. And everyone else, all like 4 of you, thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed seeing me read through this school history textbook. I don't know, like let me know if you have enjoyed it. Like I imagine if you're still here, you will have enjoyed it, but like is there a way you would enjoy it more? Like if I read it like quietly, or if I did more commentary, would you have enjoyed it more? Let me know, because we have more interesting stuff coming up. So I will go and eat something now before I teach and do other stuff. Thank you very much again for joining me. Remember, you can always support me on this link if you would like to. And I will see you next time.